Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And I want to welcome you to the Wednesday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. Let's see, I've just got this little notification coming up on my screen that I'm trying to get rid of. I got a new camera, so I'm just having some fun here. But today we're going to be talking about what meditation does. And this is so important to understand what meditation actually does. A lot of people think that meditation is about just sitting your body down and sitting still. It's not just about that. It's way beyond that. And today I got with me my guardian angel, John, and we're going to go into some details about meditation, how it works. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Marigold. Good morning, Desiree or Daniela. Hi. That's wonderful. Yeah, so what meditation does, and it's funny, they always come to me usually when I'm in the shower, I'm out for a walk, or my mind is not occupied with anything specific. Meditation is a process by where you, as the soul, not as the body, not as the mind, it's a process whereby you, as a soul, as an awareness, begin to assert your will over the mechanism of your thoughts and your physical body. You begin to assert your will over them. In that process, the moment you begin to assert your will in the correct manner over your body and your mind, you move into a position of creation. You will not remain subjective to what is in your mind and body, but your mind and body will become subjective to you. The challenge that many of you face is in learning this process of meditation is learning that you are the one that does not have to think thoughts, that you are the one that does not have to be subjective to the distractions of the senses. You can easily begin a process of changing thoughts, organizing body to be very different when you are using intentional actions such as breathing and directing thought and body into a definitive expression. In other words, you assert certain ideas over your mind that I will not think those thoughts. My mind will remain still and quiet. And in turn, as you alter and change either the body or the mind, you can begin with the body or mind, but what it begins to do is reestablish you as the divine authority over mind and body. That's the beginning of what meditation does. In your interaction with thoughts, or your non-interaction of thoughts, which is a much better process in the beginning of learning how to apply the mechanism of meditation, learning how to not let your thoughts distract you, learning to not allow your senses to distract you, you move yourself into the authoritative position of being the governor of creation over your experience in this physical world. You are, as awareness, as soul, an entity that is not localized or bound to the confines of a single lifetime. The scope and breadth of your life as a soul is far, far beyond what you perceive through that physical body that is hearing these words coming into it at this moment. Coming to the understanding that you are, as awareness, able to alter, change, and manipulate thoughts to be in service to you, that you can actually turn thought off, that you can turn memory off, that you can restore your mind and body to a state of natural balance. This is what happens, especially when you begin to assert your conscious authority over your thoughts, your emotions, and your body. You begin to then create an alignment of consciousness from the higher realms of your being as a soul to the manifestation process of matter through your body. In establishing that relationship where your mind and your body simply surrender themselves to receiving direction and instruction from you, to restoring them to receiving instruction and direction from you. The process of deliberate creation then begins to become the actuality, but from a conscious perspective rather than a default perspective based on what this world has taught you to think or believe you think is true or not true. You become independent of the environment's influence over your mind and body and restore the relationship between your mind and body to yourself so that they become your servants. They begin to work exclusively on your behalf. They do not listen to that or this and that distraction, this thing. They now turn to you, and your mind and body then begin a process of alignment with you so that they begin to work in harmony with you and you alone. For many of you, the world has dominion and sway over what thoughts you will think, over what emotions you will experience, and even over what your body will do or not do. For whatever thoughts are dominant in your mind will influence the conditions of your biology very precisely and very specifically. In the process of meditation, you can liberate your body and mind from that which has been dominating in your life, so that you begin a process of restoration, creation, and designing your life in a fashion that is suitable to who you are, what you know is right for you from the perspective of the needs that your body has, the needs that your mind has. For your mind needs to be at peace. Your mind is not very healthy when it is running on all the time. Your body is not very healthy when it is not being taken care of consciously and deliberately. You have been so bombarded by external stimulus, you are mostly disconnected from what your needs are of that body. What type of food does that body need? What types of thoughts does that mind need? What type of emotional energies can you stimulate to create a wondrous and beautiful state of expression? Now, the process of meditation causes what meditation does. And the process of meditation is simply learning to assert your divinity, your awareness, your soul over conditions of thought and matter for the purpose of creating deliberately and consciously what you want your experiences to be in this physical world. You get to design these. This is why so many people are able to have what they want to have, because they've learned this process of altering mind and altering body to serve them. Your body and mind are simply conduits through which you move the creative energy that you call emotion through this system to create very precise results in your experience. Very few of you understand the relationship that you have with your mind and body as you've subjugated your relationship to your mind and body to the world around you, to your friends, to your televisions, to your politicians. Many of you have relegated your own reasoning capacity to somebody else. You have given it up. You are hoping that someone or something will direct you and guide you in a fashion that will be in harmony with who you are. But we can assure you that if you are not happy, then whatever is directing your mind and your body is not in alignment with who you truly are, for the nature of who you truly are is not based in suffering. The nature of who you truly are is not based in lack. The nature of who you truly are is not based in these things. There is effects on your body that you're deliberately articulating the body and mind to be in a certain way, there are effects that you begin to cause in your body. For example, the act of sitting your body down and deliberately breathing it, the very act of when you take this body that you are in and you sit it down and you begin a process of deliberately articulating it to relax, you begin to cause immediate changes in the body. And if you are able to direct your body to be undistracted by the sensorial disturbances of sight and sounds and smells around you, if you're able to stay in the moment and keep that body undistracted and continue to breathe the body in a rhythmic, calm, and peaceful way, then you'll begin to establish a calm and peaceful energy within your body. When your body remains undistracted by the environment, it moves into a state of rest, of what your science would call homeostasis or balance. The moment you can train your body to remain undistracted, even though you might be aware there are fire engines or there is screaming and yelling, and you remain undisturbed and you keep your body undisturbed and undistracted, now you begin to liberate your body from the distractions of the environment, and now your body is attentive and it gives you its ear. It begins to listen to you exclusively, knowing that you are there taking care of it. In the realm of your thought, when you begin that process of getting thought to be still, to be quiet, to be joyful, to be calm, to be happy, to be creative, to be excited, to whatever way you would choose to articulate your thoughts to represent the state of your life as you wish it to be, you set in motion a process of energy that begins to reorganize molecular particles to be in alignment with the nature and quality of the thoughts and the nature and the quality of the body as the thoughts that you have move through your body. So the nature of a calm, quiet body affords a less resistance to the types of thoughts and manifestations you would wish to perpetuate or give birth to in your life. The more effective you are at getting your thoughts and your body into alignment with what you would have them be, the sooner that process of organization begins to happen energetically in the body and in the world around your body. There is an actual organizational process of energy starting from the smallest particles that begins to align themselves to your thoughts and the emotions which... Hello, everybody. I'm not sure why that happened, but it did, and here we are. So, yeah, he said not to worry about it. There we go. I hope you guys are still hearing me. I'm just resetting here. There we go. Hello. It says we are good to go again. Wonderful. So let's get out of here. So please understand what John is saying, that we have this ability to organize our experiences deliberately through the act of meditation. Through the act of meditation, you begin a process of reorganizing mind and matter. Hello, everybody. For some reason, there was a signal interruption. I'm not sure why that was. I'm just going to plug you back in. So if you've understood what we said so far, then you know that in fact, meditation will cause very specific effects in mind and body. Very specifically. Hi. Hi, Sin. Hello, artist. That's good. Yeah. So the universe seems to think that what meditation does. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It says not to concern yourself with anything outside of what you are creating. To understand that the nature of your consciousness is such that you have absolute and complete dominion over your mind and body. This is the way it was designed so that you could understand and comprehend your creating process, how you create as a being working through a different medium of consciousness called mind, body. There are very specific things that meditation will do to your body. It is not simply just breathing. The act of breathing alters and changes conditions in your body, just as the act of altering and changing thoughts in your mind will alter conditions in your environment. So I got somebody's coming in here really strong right now, and I'm just going to kind of let them come in. Do not be afraid to face the challenge of your mind and your emotions. Your mind and your emotions, that is your thoughts and your emotions, cannot supersede the nature of who and what you are. Cannot supersede the nature of who and what you are. Once you can make that distinction between yourself and your thoughts, yourself and your emotions, you move into a position of deliberate creation. So this distinction that you need to make as a soul, as an awareness between your thoughts and your mind, your body, that distinction that you need to make is very, very important. Once you as an awareness can begin to make a distinction between thought and emotion, once you as an awareness can start making a distinction between your thoughts and your emotions and your body, you move into a position of creation. Meditation does that. It moves you into a position of deliberate creation. Wow. Hello all. Good morning. Yeah, I think we're going to go really short today. I'm just trying to refresh the questions. There we go. So getting back to that place where you are deliberately able to use your soul awareness to train your mind, to train your body, to serve you. Whereas, yes, the greatest struggle that humanity is facing right now is so many of you have become subjective to your bodies and subjective to your minds that you are hopelessly lost in them. And yet, you are the very thing that you need in order to liberate yourself from them. The very nature of sitting yourself down and breathing, the very nature of sitting down and getting your body to breathe. Please understand that distinction. You getting your body to breathe. That's you, the awareness, directing the flesh. You direct the flesh. You're not subjective to it. You sit it down. You direct it. And the same thing is true with your thoughts. You sit down with them and you direct them. You do not remain subjective to them. The same is true for your emotions. You do not remain subjective to them. You learn to direct them. Emotions are energy that through meditation you can learn to transform and transmute from one state to another. An emotion of fear, when you interact with it with a different quality of intention, you can change into a vibration of love. You can liberate yourself from fear to love in just a few minutes if you understand what we're saying. Question from Daniela. Yesterday I experienced sudden loss of hearing in my right ear, lasting to this moment. Hope it's temporary. What happened? Yeah. Something about the thoughts. Something about, yeah. I don't know who this is, but they're very strong male energy, and they're saying that you need to really listen. You need to, there's someone or something that you are not listening to. You're deliberately cutting yourself off from their thinking. You're not considering what they're thinking. You need to open your ear to hearing something other than what your mind wants to hear. It is important that you learn to hear the other. Do not close your ear, or you will find it will close. Be open to hearing the views of others. Honestly and sincerely, do not let your own fear close the door of hearing. Yes. Very strong, Danielle. Be willing to hear. Be willing to listen to them. And again, I don't know who they're referring to, but there's someone that you need to really listen to that you're not listening to. Question from Crackalacken. What is the name of my dominant guardian angel? And may I have a short message, please? Well, again, there's this really intense heat coming in. I'm really feeling strong. This is usually what I feel when Master Jesus is present. Something about drinking water, drinking sacred waters. Again, I feel very strong as the energy of Master Jesus. Something about drinking the sacred waters. What do you mean by sacred waters? This is the peace. Drink of the peace. Drink deeply of the peace. Then that direction will become clear. It is time to not struggle so much with trying to figure it out on your own, but drink the waters of peace. Is there a specific way that can be done? Well, this is being illustrated today. You must sit quietly. Be in peace. In there, the direction will become clear, but you must drink deeply of the peace, not simply a kiss or a touch, but to drink it deeply. A light will open. A light will open for you. A light will open for you at that point. A question from Marigold. I have an event from my past come up to me lately. Do I need to release this by myself, or do I need to discuss this with my mother in order to heal? No, it's not necessary to discuss it with your mother. If you choose to liberate the emotions to this memory, if you choose to liberate yourself from them, recognizing that they do not define the nature of who you are, nor did that experience, you will find that the change in your being does not depend upon this other one. So many of you find yourself wanting someone else out there to affect the change that you yourself must affect within you. You will be surprised too, for when you relieve yourself of this discomfort, that's the use of the word we will give for that at this time. When you relieve yourself of that, there will be a change, a connection, a closeness that will come into this relationship. But you cannot expect them to liberate you from that which you hold on to yourself. That is not possible. For what you hold on to, you hold on to. If you liberate yourself from those emotions, you will find all will be well and more. And light, again, they're showing me this flashing light, showing for you like a light opening up for you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Crack. Love that. Beautiful. Yeah, we're going to keep this short today. I got so much going on. Yes, Guys, meditation is so important to know what meditation does. It changes. Meditation will not happen unless you choose to put your body into a position where you're directing it. Peace will not happen inside you. I mean, you can call on Master Jesus, you can call on your guardian angels, you can call on different beings that will come and assist you to establish or give you a vibration of peace. But ultimately, you have to learn to establish that in your own house. It's like you're thirsty in the desert and someone gives you a glass of water and then they leave. And if they don't come back, you'll die of thirst. You have to learn to drink the water. You have to learn to drink the water within you. Please take the time to discover what meditation does, what it does for your body, what it does for your mind, what it does for your emotions, and what it does for you as an awareness. When you have a mind and a body that does not go outside of what you want it to, it doesn't think what you don't want it to think, it doesn't feel what you don't want it to feel, it's following your direction. There's a feeling of freedom that comes with that. There's a feeling of freedom that comes with a mind and a body that serve you. And your mind and body will only present to you things that need correction. If you've got emotional pain you've been carrying for decades or lifetimes, you need to understand how to liberate yourself from that, how to liberate your mind and body from that energy. You have to train your mind and body how to let go of certain thoughts, how to let go of certain energies from the body. Meditation does that. And it not only does that, it reorganizes the conditions of health and vitality in your body. It reorganizes the conditions of your relationships in the world around you. Meditation does really wonderful things. Yes. I know earlier, John, when I was in the shower, he was saying to me that if you could understand how a single thought begins to organize particles of energy, that thought sustained with greater intensity will organize more of itself, like itself. Basically, that thought does organize the emotional energy that creates the conditions in your existing world. Quite simply. Question from Vertical. Do not be puzzled, be patient. Do not be puzzled, be patient. Joyfully patient. Be joyfully patient. What you will gain from joy will be much better than your uncertainty. Yes. Yes. Get engaged in something you really love doing today. Get engaged in doing something you really love doing today, that you personally love doing. Get into that energy. It'll open up that doorway for you, right? Emotion organizes matter. Emotion organizes matter. Question from SJK. I frequently ask St. Francis of Assisi for help with animals. Does he hear me? All the time. All the time. All the time. His hand is upon yours. His hand is upon yours. Yes. Yeah. Like when you touch an animal or you think of an animal, his hand is upon yours. His energy works through you. Right? You're not alone. None of us are. Question from Jana. In my dream, I drove bicycle, but it had damaged front wheel, making it difficult. What is the message? Please. Thank you. I don't know who this is, but somebody in the background is saying, try walking. Try walking for a while. Don't be in such a hurry to get where you're going. Slow down. Be patient. Yeah. She says she's been working with you for a while. She's a very subtle female energy, but she says she's been working with you a while. She often hovers just above you. Here, her energy hovers just above your right side. Yes. To really focus on being, she's using the term delightfully patient. Yes. Do not be in a hurry. Cool. Yeah, everybody's trying to get somewhere other than where they are. Blessings, love, and gratitude. Oh, you're very welcome, Sin. Holly, question from Holly. Is there a point in linear time where 5D and 3D consciousness separate and no longer cohabit the same physical space? Yes, when you leave your subjectivity, body, mind, where you literally leave the body, you don't need it anymore. When you don't need the first and second and third and fourth dimensions, you no longer need it. When you leave this dimension, when you've learned and manifested and become an effective creator in this dimension, you don't need to stay in the body anymore. You don't need to stay in the thought world anymore. You don't need to stay in the emotional world anymore because you've already learned and mastered them. Now you're going into the world of direct influence over time, space, and matter. Yes. So linear time, just so we're clear on this, linear time is when you are identified as an awareness perceiving a physical reality through the medium of thought, emotion, and matter. Those are the four dimensions that you're referring to. Matter, emotion, thought, and individualized awareness. Those are the four dimensions. The fifth dimension does not require thinking, it's knowing and being. You're doing being from knowing and not from that process of thinking that you're so familiar with. Yes. There are some among you that can go in and out of these dimensions too. You do that for fun. It's what many of us come and do with you as your guides, as your angels, as the ascended, as these other stellar beings. We have learned to move in and out just for the fun of it. It is quite fun when you understand what you're doing. It's only when you don't know what you're doing that it can be scary and confusing, like going on a ride that you have no idea what you're going to experience. And we see so many of you going through that process of experiencing this ride that you seem to be out of control in, but the opposite is true. You're actually in the process of learning to enjoy the ride. And once you understand your creative process, utilizing body, emotion, thought, and awareness individualized, as you understand how to use the functionality of those four in a harmonious fashion, the process of creation will become delightful for you and no longer seem like a struggle or a trial for anyone. It really is not in the end anyway. Thank you. Great question. Great question, Holly. A question from Manoj. I am still trying to heal my eyes but have not succeeded. Any guidance from angels, please? Thank you, William. Because I seem like it feels like you're asking me personally, take your hands, literally like take your hands, the very center of your palm, and place them over each eye, one over each eye, and just sit for like 2 minutes and just allow the flow of energy from the palms of your hands to go into the eyes, and allow your awareness to feel what the eyes feel receiving that energy. Okay, just do that. Just put that for like 2 to 5 minutes, 3 or 4 times a day, and notice the difference in the eyes. Remember, if you're trying to heal the eyes from the inside, it's a little different. Sometimes you need to do it from a different angle, like literally the very center of your palms over the eyes, and feel the energy as the eyes feel them. Feel what the eyes experience from the energy coming out through your hands, right? And then share your experience with on the channel when you have a chance. But do it for about 3 days, and then watch. It's amazing what happens. When you understand how energy works, certain things become inevitable. When you understand the creative process, certain things become inevitable. Thank you. Understand that. Marigold's asking a very good question. It comes up a lot with our students in our courses and classes. Students who used to fall asleep when they leave the body, because nobody ever really falls asleep during meditation. What happens during meditation? You get you as the awareness, get your body relaxed and calm, your mind still and quiet, and then you as an awareness you don't have a reference point. So many of us are so accustomed to thinking that the the identity, the personality that you have, the one that was given to you, in this case, Marigold. You're given that personality, Marigold, and you suddenly step out of that costume. The frame of reference from the perspective of your awareness is no longer in the mind and body. In other words, you're not perceiving reality through the mind and body. You're perceiving the mind and body as awareness. To get past that unconsciousness, once your mind and body are quiet and calm, you need to stay conscious and aware. Be aware of what is around the body. Let your awareness expand out. As you gain experience, and you'll start to experience things that are not of the physical world. You start connecting to different energies, your guides, your angels. Once you're not localized to thinking you're just this separate individual in this physical dimension, which you're not. I mean, you're that too, but you're not exclusively that. So yeah, that process of falling asleep is where you as the awareness step out of your identification with body, mind, and now you don't have a reference point. You haven't built that up. So practice staying aware, not of thoughts, not of body, but staying aware that you are aware. Move above the body, so you're looking down on it, and stay in that position. Just observe the body in the state of rest. Some of you may see your body sitting like this. Some of you may see it. Doesn't matter. Once you get to a place where your awareness, observing mind and body, now you start to move into a conscious place where you're no longer subjective to the thoughts and the body. You're no longer using this as a means for identifying your experience of being, which is what most people do. They think they've fallen asleep. You don't fall asleep. You simply lose the subjectivity you have to mind body. So learning to stay awake and aware as an awareness, you can do that by moving above the body in your meditations. Like literally stay above the body and watch it. And if you want, you can move your awareness around the room a little bit. You can go into this corner or that corner and practice moving your awareness outside of the body so that you rebuild or build or recapture your awareness of what you are as a spiritual consciousness. Then you're not dependent on what your mind and body remembers from the experience. You are now experiencing your experience, and you bring it back, and you'll start experiencing different things as well. So be prepared for that. You're welcome, Holly. We've got time for one more question. Question from actually I'm going to do two questions. One's from Lauren. What is littleness, and how do I release it? You know, a lot of people want to get rid of the things that they're uncomfortable experiencing. And it's not about getting rid of things. It's about learning the process of transformation. It's about learning the process of transformation. You came here to learn that you can create, you can manifest, you can alter and change conditions in your experience. You came here to learn to know you can do that. So that emotion, that feeling, that sensation that you're calling littleness, okay? That whatever that is, you want to engage it from the perspective of love. You want to use a vibration of love, as you understand it, and literally impart that vibration of love to that sensation of littleness. It doesn't matter if it feels like the littleness of the body or the littleness of your personality, or you feel like you're small and insignificant. Communicate your feelings of love to that part of you that feels little. Communicate your love to it, and it will transform. You know, we take this glass of water here. It's just water. If I put it on the stove and I heat this water up, it's going to transform. I'm imparting the vibration of heat to the water. The water boils and it transforms. That vibration, transform it. So using that as an allegory for the littleness is the water, the vibration of love is the heat. And you apply the vibration of love to that sensation or feeling of littleness. If you're doing it right now, I hope. You do that, you actually start to transform that vibrational energy with the new vibration you're using. And you can do that with just about any negative emotion. If you take a negative emotion like anger or fear and you stop and say, I'm willing to love you even if I don't understand you, it goes through an immediate change. And we're sending energy to you right now towards that littleness. We love you even though we don't understand you. And the moment that part of you begins to feel that vibration of love reaching it, there's a process of transformation. And this is what meditation does. When you learn to get the body, mind still and quiet, you can direct certain qualities of energy, certain states of awareness into the mind and body and literally transform it. Even conditions of disease in the body can be corrected energetically when you go through a process of using your awareness to deliberately reorganize your mind and body into a different expression of itself, so that you are now directing it and not subjective to it. Very important. Last question from Jody. Hi, Ruth. Question from Jody. I didn't sleep at all last night. I was in a lot of pain and I meditated and kept breathing into each spot. Is there something more I could have tried in that space? There's somebody who's, I don't know who this is, but there's somebody is wanting to communicate with you. I'll use the term from the non-physical realms. Somebody wanting to communicate with you from the non-physical realms. They're saying it would be advisable for you to sit quietly in a place where you will not be disturbed and meet with us. Meet with us in love. It is important you understand your pain is because of your resistance to us, because your mind and your body do not comprehend that which you may. So in your place of reservation, when the body and mind are still in quiet, please connect to us in love. Do this today. When we make our presence known to you again, please connect to us through love. The more you try to resist, the more discomfort that you will create. You have called us forth and have been asking to work with us for some time. Again, I'm getting the Pleiadians and the Lyrans. You've called them in to work with you. Yes. And they're trying to get through to you. Your mind and body have been resistant. That's where the tensions come from. Yes, please do that. So Jody, take some time today. Go and sit down. They're laughing because the resistance is not on their part. They're present with you, but your mind and body perceive them as a threat. You must get your mind and body quiet and still connect to us through love. This is the only way this can work. If you still wish to work with us, that is. Cool. Thank you, Jody. Thank you. Wow. You're welcome, Lauren. Wonderful. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, guys, listen. I want to thank all of you for showing up today, and thank you for being so patient with that little interruption we had earlier. I want to wish you all much love, and I'll see you on Friday's edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. And I want to thank my guardian angel, John, for being present. Master Jesus, thank you for coming in today. I also want to thank that person's, I think they're your guardian angel, and that other being that came in. Thank you for being present with us all today. And I want to thank all of you as well for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here with us today. Much love, everybody. Have yourselves a joyful day, and I will see you on Friday. Bye for now.